Good greetings everyone, this is Rusty Dog and you find me here at Jameson Memorial in Shinrata Desra, my home base, and this is my Federal Dropship. This is the one that I've been using in the last few streams to kill Thargoids with my wingmates, and I think she's been pretty successful. Considering her size, she's got a pretty good integrity on her, but it's time for me to let her go because I think in light of the new update, that being the AX ship launch fighter, that this dropship is no longer viable, or as viable as, say, a ship that has a hangar bay. And the dropship, unfortunately, does not, despite the fact that it has one more slot than the gunship. It doesn't have a hangar bay. So, the downside of this changeover is that where the dropship has 9 internal compartments, which are important for your hull reinforcements, the dropship only has 8. And they are smaller in some cases. And not only that, one of those is going to be used up with a ship launch fighter hangar. So when it comes to hull reinforcements, I'm not only going to be 2 slots down, but I'm going to be I'm going to have less integrity because I'm going to be using smaller hull reinforcement packages. So because of that, I'm not really looking forward to having to do this. And the only alternatives are using a lot more credits to build a bigger ship. Now, a bigger ship than this one that can support a ship launch fighter is a Type 9. But not really too much of an option because of the hard points. So the only feasible ship, I think, if you want your 4 mediums and your ship launch fighter, is a corvette. But then, or a cutter, I suppose. But then you've got, you've got this invoice coming in for $750,000, or maybe less. You could probably do it in about 300 million. And to build a Thargoid busting vet. So, because it's a ship that's only going to be used for that one purpose, I think a vet is a little rich for my blood, and I think the gunship can get the job done, providing it has help from a couple of vets, and that is the idea. So it's if the live stream on Friday goes ahead, I'm hoping to be back out there with the gunship, trying to take on Thargoids with my ship launch fighter. Now, where I'm going to lack in hull reinforcement packages, I'm hoping I'm going to make up for by having my ship launch fighter distract the swarm so I don't get hit as much. Well, that's the theory. So yeah, this is the Goid Father that was named by one of the users in the chat, in the live chat, the Goid Father, you can see it, and I'm going to be keeping that name on the gunship as well, and the kind of reference to Fargo there, the Thargo, I'm going to try and keep that one. So we're going to have to get rid of it. Now, I've already been out prospecting and searching for materials in order to buff up my my hull reinforcements. So I suppose we better get on with it. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is essentially strip this ship down. So, because I'm not going to be able to keep everything, but I'm going to be able to keep some things. Because some of the optionals and some of the core modules are different. And the observant ones amongst you will notice that my balance has more than doubled since last time. I think in the last video it was a 1,025,000,000. So yeah, I've been busy. Anyway, so all these hard points, like, you cannot get these. Yes, you might be able to get these here at Shinrata, but I'm going to be storing them anyway to put on the gunship. And also, I'm going to be storing these because they're already engineered. But there's going to be some on there on the gunship which won't be, so I'm going to have to be sorting that out. So we've got two of these, which are class 3 hull reinforcements. You can't put those on the gunship because it doesn't have class 3. It has 4, 4, and then 2, 2, or something like that. And here you can see there's 2 militaries. So anyway, we're going to just strip this down and put everything into storage. In fact, just before I do that, I just want to pretty much take a photograph of this ship, so that if I ever want to put it back together again in its form, then I can. Utility mounts and hard points. Okay, so I've just taken quick screenshots there. So as you can see, the 4 mediums is what you really need. Having the flak launcher is handy. I'm not quite sure how many hard points the gunship has. I'm just going to have a quick look here, because I'm going to need to compare. So I'm just going to have a look off screen. Just give me a moment. I need to go into Coriolis, and I want to have a look at the gunship, and have a look at the dropship as well, and that way I'll have on the screen here the differences. So okay, on this ship, the optionals, where are we? The optionals, come on, go back when I tell you to. The optionals are 655, 444, 3332. And on the gunship, it's 665, 444, 22. So, not so good. The gunship does have 4 mediums and a large hard points, which is good. But it also has 2 smalls as well. I don't know if they're going to be of use for me for anything. We'll see. We will see. It also has the 4 utility slots, exactly the same. Differences are here in the core internals. So on the dropship, you have the class 6 power plant, so that and the gunship match. On thrusters they match, on frameshift drive they match, on life support they match, power distributor they match, sensors they match, and fuel tank they match. So yeah, this is a perfect match, like for like. So I'm going to be storing all of these because they are engineered, and they're all going to be going on to the gunship. So I'm going to be saving quite a bit there. So the only difference is really going to be the hull reinforcements. Everything else can be transferred off this ship onto the gunship. Right, so I guess we'd better get started. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to just take everything off and store it, and hopefully I can remember where everything goes. And then we'll come back and I'll buy the gunship. So I'll be back in a second. Alright then, that's the ship stripped down. I think I'm probably going to be pretty much at my store limit, or close to it. Yep, only 4 away, but we're going to be emptying that my little shop, Rusty's Shop of Wonders. As you can see, I've got quite a few things in here now. Yes, a couple of these. In fact, I've got 6 of these in total. There's 4 here, and there's 2 on the Vulture. So, anyway, let's get rid of her. I don't think I've got any liveries for the gunship, because I only bought the liveries for this dropship because I knew I was going to be using it against the Thargoids. So, let's do it. Where are you? Where are you? Alright, so there she is. And multi-crew capable. So we want to exchange this, don't we? We want to exchange the previous ship and buy this one. Yeah, I know. I'm going to permanently lose it. Bye bye dropship, you did me well. Yes, we blew up a couple of times, but I patched you back together again. Well, this is a familiar sight, isn't it? So it's going to be very interesting, I think, to see what the final integrity on this is going to be, because on the dropship I was well into the 4,000 range. Not so much on the shields. My shield strength wasn't, you know, amazing. The shields on the dropship were 330, but the armor was 4,306, which for a dropship is pretty good. That's more integrity than my Corvette has by quite a margin. But yeah, so I thought it was pretty good personally. So okay, we're gonna have to outfit this ship now. So let's go in and begin. Oh, it's a horrible looking thing. It's horrible. There's the shape of it. I don't know if I've got any liveries for this. I mean, this isn't really the big... Oh, I do have some. Look, what's this one? Okay, I'm willing to go chrome. This looks like... This is going to look like Thunderbird 4. Or maybe not. Oh, they're a lot darker, aren't they? The liveries than they are on here. Oh, there's your Thunderbird 4 right there. There we go. Maybe I should do it in this color as a... Yeah. Oh, it looks good in white. Oh, it does look good in white. Wow. Okay, it looks far better in white than it did in its original form. And graphite looks pretty cool too, I have to say. I like the white. Yeah, it looks like a squared off space shuttle almost. But then I've got the chrome. Now, I was told by my wingmates not to bring, I can't remember what it was now, some weird colour that two of them had got. And I said, okay, I'll come in, I'll bring the ship in pink then. Should I? I don't know. I'll take it there in pink. Oh my god, look at... Ah, I do have the Parrot faction for it. Oh, okay, I didn't know. Oh, okay. Is it the same liveries then? Right. No, it's not. Is it? If you buy it off the store, it's not the same. It doesn't. The liveries you buy for the dropship don't work for the gunship, do they? I quite like this actually. I might decide on the livery later. Probably a good idea to. Oh yeah, you see by now. Look, of course. But I have the chrome, so let's do that. So I'm just going to do this in because it has to be done. There Thargoid father. So the ship ID is and I guess we can go Classic 2. It always looks really dark on one side, doesn't it? And then really bright on the other. Maybe they should arrange the lighting. Rearrange the lighting in some way. So that when you're looking at it, you can see it better on both sides. Anyway. This is not necessarily the normal course of action for me. I normally outfit it first, but I might as well just put these on. I don't know why. I guess it's because I had them on the previous ship. So weapon detailing. Well, there's no lasers. It's not going to matter. But let's go for purple. Engine detailing. I've only got red, so we'll put red on there. I did have dashboard stuff on the other ship, but I'm going to keep it off this one, I think. Alright, so let's go to the serious business end of things. So I had the flat cannon here before. Let me just have a look at the... Let me just have a look at this flat cannon, because it's not in any particular order. It's not in the order you took it off. Oh, it's a 2. It's a class 2. Okay. Alright. Because I thought if I had the other 4 in here, maybe I could put it into here, but it's a class 2, so I can't. So on here, we're going to be putting the multi-cannons. Now it doesn't matter which goes where because they're all the same, but I think before the live stream I'm going to have to change 2 of these back to missiles, so I'm going to go with a missile and multi-cannon combination. I think that's going to be the deal. That's what I've been asked. Unless plans have changed, I will find out as the time comes. So AX multi-cannon. And another one. So how this ship performs compared to... What's happening here? Compared to the dropship will be interesting to find out. Did I just mess something up there? Of course, as you know, if you watched my last live stream, these are turreted because, as we found out, turreted multi-cannons are far more effective than the fixed ones. They don't cause as much damage, but they get a lot more hits in a lot faster. Certainly a lot faster than I was capable of doing. There's no doubt about that. I might have to fill this with something at some point, but I don't know what. And then, of course, I'm going to have to travel into the Pleiades sector with the Anaconda and order the transfer of this ship back over there. So that's going to cost me another couple of million, but I reckon I can foot that bill fairly well. I think my assets now are into the 3.6 billion or something along those lines. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's just carry on. So utilities. So in utilities, I had I think it was the Xeno scanner at the top. Nope, I don't want to get it from there because I have it in the storeroom. Let's start from scratch. Utilities, blah, and blah. There we go. So a Xeno scanner, which you cannot transfer, by the way. There's no option to transfer this module to another station. So the Xeno scanner, and then I had 2 shield boosters, and if I have more than 2 here, okay, an A and an E, so A first. Does this tell you what this is? Oh, supports multi-crew. Oh, okay, so multi-crew can use these weapons. There you go, that's what that is. Let's transfer that to the ship. And then we have another one, which is the E, which is the resistance augmented one. And we'll transfer that to the ship. And finally we have the shutdown field neutralizer, which I keep going into here because it's just pure force of habit. I was going to make a very sexist comment there about if female players of Elite Dangerous browse the shop more than we do. Just a joke. So into the core internals then, and first thing is this, where I had now hold on a minute, what is going on here? Why don't I get transfer options on this? I'm sure I saved my reactive surface. You're not going to make me buy another one, are you? 74 million. And the dropship only sold for 20, or sorry, 11, so it certainly didn't have it on it. Unless I sold it. I'm going to have a look back on the video and see what the hell's happened here. I thought yeah, you see, look, you can store it. You can store it. Let's go into stored module, see if we can do it this way. You can store it, but you can't go back and retrieve it from there. So let's see if it's in here. Right, so there it is. Transfer to ship. What a weird way of doing it. Is it going to do it though? What the hell's going on here? Frontier, you're going to be getting a ticket from me. Choose position. Well, there's only one position it can go in. What the hell is going on here? Oh, I've already got missile racks. I can have them sent over. Yeah, I can have these sent over. It'll save me going back over there and doing it. Yeah, do it. Transfer them here. Okay, so these two are on the way. This is seriously messed up. I can sell it, but I'm going to lose my what's his value? 29. Is it because the one that's on the gunship is different? This is a 1A. Let's have a look. Oh God, honestly, trying to highlight that back button sometimes. 1C. Browse shop. 1A. So I can buy a 1A reactive for 74 million. but I can't transfer a 1A off the dropship onto the gunship. Right, we're going to carry on, and I'm going to figure this out, because I'm not going to spend under 74 million, and then on top of that, only to be able to go into here and sell this for 29. What's the difference here? If they're both 1As, what am I missing here? Oh dear me, what's going on here? What's going on here? If I can't transfer it to ship, shouldn't that be in red? Or do I have to take this off first? No, because you can't sell. If you can't sell, how the hell can you store? You have to have something on here. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Oh dear, and now I'm so flustered here. Okay, so it's definitely the 6A. This is the one that gets transferred onto the ship. By the way, when it's transferring, it's not putting the 6E into my store, is it? I'm not going to have a load of crappy... well, it probably is. Oh dear. Okay, so we'll go into the transfer. And now I've got two 6A thrusters, but it's these. I would like to replace that with dirty drive tuning, actually, because the dirty drives are so much better than the clean. So, but we'll put these on. We're good to go here. Frame shift drive, it was an engineered 5A, so we'll go and transfer those. Instead of saying transfer, I wish it would say like retrieve from store. Now then, I've got two here. They're not much difference. This one has a better thermal load, but it's 1% down. Quicker boot time. I don't know which one came off the... this one's got less mass. I don't know which one came off the gunship. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect me. Let's get this one. And this one looks a little bit better to me. The jump range is only 1% difference, but it's not going to make any difference at all. These other figures are better, so let's get that on the ship. Now, I did have a 5A life support on the previous ship, and I think that was a good option, so I'm going to be keeping that. Because you know you can get your canopy blown out quite easily with a Thargoid. So this is different. Power distributor. Now the one on the gunship, on the dropship, sorry, was a 6A modified. There might not be, because I'm putting on all the same bits, I reckon I can get away with sticking the same thing on. So let's transfer the 6A off there and put that on. There's no reason why I can't, you know, it doesn't have to be a class 7 going in there at all. I'm not using any more, because I'm using all the same stuff. I'm not really using any more power, any more stuff. I could benefit from a 7A, but an engineered 7A is probably better sorry, an engineered 6A is probably better than a stock 7A. Now it's fitted, we can find that out. Let's have a look. So I think I have a recharge upgrade on this, which is why the recharges are all in the reds. It's 2% less on the engines and systems, and 8% down on the weapons. So I must have a weapons recharge mod on this distributor. The capacity, however, is not quite. On the weapons it's a third better, but not quite on the engines and systems. So weapons capacity means it'll fire for longer, but it doesn't really help us because the multi-cannons are probably going to have to stop and reload before that capacity runs out anyway. So I won't really benefit from that, and the missiles, it's not going to make a difference. So I'm going to stay with the 6A. Now again, this is another different thing because I had 4A modified sensors on this because it's only 4 on the dropship and it's 5 on the gunship. But again, let's stick on the modified, because I think what it's modified on this one is the range, not the range. Is it the range? No, not the range. The lightweight. So we're going to have to look in here and find the sensors, which is those. Oh, wait a minute. What happened? I must have sold it with the 4A sensors on then. So this is lightweight as well, because I know for a fact that 5A sensors do not weigh 8.5 tons. They're way more. It was 4A sensors that came off the dropship, but I obviously didn't store those. But I happen to have some in my rusty shop, so I'm going to transfer those on. I don't know what my range increase would be then from the previous, but I'll take these. And the final jump range, by the way, on my old dropship was 17.92. So far we're at 22, but we're going to be adding quite a bit more weight yet. So that's going to go down. So here we go then, into the optionals. Yeah, this is where it's going to count, right here. Hold on, I need to get up here. Alright, so this is going to have to go. Let me just get rid of that. And get rid of that. Just empty it out. I did have a discovery scanner on the other one. Oh, wait a minute, this is really good. I might be content with just fitting a class 2 module reinforcement on this then, because on Coriolis it didn't show me these 4. Oh yeah, or maybe it did. Yeah, it did. Alright, well what we're going to do then is just go through it and see where we end up. See how many unmodified hulls we get put on there. Probably just maybe 1. I don't know. Anyway, hull reinforcements, that is, not hulls strictly. So let's transfer the shields over, the bi-weaves. So we'll put those on. Transfer to ship. We should end up with roughly the same shield strength. This is only going to give me 412, and I ended up with 430 or something it was, wasn't it? I can't remember now. So here's a good thing then. I have another class 6 compartment, but I have to remember that I need to put... Oh, this is going to be such a waste. Let me have a look in here, see what I'm allowed here. Oh, no, 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 no. This is going to be such a waste. Such a waste. I've got another class 6 here. However, the hull reinforcements only go to 5. So I can't benefit from a hull reinforcement there. I mean, I could put a 5 on there. But I have to remember that I need to put on a fighter hangar bay, which ideally I would like to put as a 4. But the only 4s I have are military compartments. No point putting it as a 5. Oh, it just seems such a waste. Oh god. Alright, let's do this then. So we need a ship launch fighter hangar. I really don't need the 6. But how many blue because I know that the 5 only gives you a certain amount of reprints, like maybe 8 or something, and you might get 12 off this one. But look at the mass difference. The only difference here is you get more fighters to print. I don't know whether 16 will be enough. I'm sure you can get 60. Oh no, it's only got one slot here. Alright, let's do the 60 then. Hey. Wow. Right, so let's... Now, Shinrata Desra, for some reason only known to Frontier, it's only in Shinrata Desra apparently that you can buy the AX ships. So there's one, the Taipan. Is that the only one? There's no Condors that can do it? No, there isn't. Okay, so he's got 2 anti-Xeno fixed multi-cannons. Okay, we're going to fit 2 of these then. So here we go. Thargoid busting SLFs. Let's put another one in there. And not to forget to wake the pilot up out of bed and get him over here. So yeah, this is, oh man, I wish there was a 5 and a 4 here. This should be a 4 and that should be a 5, but because, oh no, 6 is okay there for that actually, but then a 5 and a 4 would have been good for the hull reinforcements. But as it is, we just have to make do with what we have. So I've only got one 5D here, so we're going to be taking that one. I'm going to come back to this in a sec. That's probably going to be a module. I'm more inclined to fit hull reinforcements than I am a module one, so I've got 3 slots for those, and I don't want to get any of those. I've got 3 slots for these, so we're going to transfer the 3 we have here. I don't have 4 of them, so I could have picked the 3 best ones, so we're just going to transfer the ones on here, one after the other. Transfer this one, and transfer this one. Oh, that wasn't a good one. I mean, my integrity was 4,300 before. This is not good. Not good. If I do a hull, I'm barely touching 3,000, but yeah, I'm going to put it on because it's not really... I'm not too fussed about the module strength things. What's the delay? Have to get it out the back of the shed. Come on. Ah, dear. As you can see, oh, well done. Glad you found it. Now I do have a basic discovery scanner on the dropship. I don't know if I need it though. I've got the Xeno scanner. Isn't that all I need? Can I not just put a hull reinforcement on here? I will find out about that. Well, there we go. That's the gunship done. Apart from this. And I don't know why it's not transferable. Nor why I'm going to lose close on to 40 million. Yeah. If I sell it. I don't know what's going on here. Ah, I might know what's going on though. No, I don't. I was going to say, do I have to buy the reactive first and then transfer? But of course I don't. But if I buy one, I'm looking at 74 million. Which is what I paid for the one on the dropship. And the one from the dropship is in the store. And it's the same class. And I can't find it. So, why on earth? Wait a minute. Where are you? Yes, yes, it goes in that slot. What is going on? I don't know what I'm doing here. What is going on that I can't do this? My jump range is 2 up, but that's only because the these bulkheads are not on. And the dropship's top speed with the reactive armor was 373. This is down to 340. It is a slower ship. The integrity is not as good. So for that 1,300 integrity that I'm losing, I'm hoping that my ship launch fighters can keep that flak off me and attack and distract the swarm and the Thargoids. We'll have to see. I've heard that the ship launch fighters are pretty effective actually. Okay, so I'm going to find out what's going on and see if I can avoid having to buy another reactive armor, because I am going to need it. But I'd rather find a way to avoid having to buy another one if I can help it. And then of course let's just make my, he's only a novice. I got a new guy, Edmundo Sandoval. Yes, SLF pilot extraordinaire. He's gonna get a few of these ships taken down, but after a few Thargoid battles, I'm sure his experience is going to increase. But it will only, might increase slowly, won't it? Because it's only going to increase every kill he gets, or every kill that he's part of. I might have to take him out for some training. Go into the outfitting, right? And just go and put some really small pulse lasers on this thing and go and attack some sidewinders in a Hazres and give the guy a bit of practice before before we go and attack the Thargoids. From sidewinders to Thargoids. All this should be up to spec, and it is. So I have to wait here, obviously, for my missiles to arrive, and then I'll stick those on. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to find out what in the hell is going on with my reactive armor, and if I actually need the basic discovery scanner for any reason whatsoever. You know, because of the fact that this ship is purely for taking down Thargoids in systems we've already scanned anyway. However, if we go into a system that I haven't scanned before, without the basic discovery scanner, I can't even go into the nav beacon and scan it and get the details. So, but that's not going to stop me finding Threat 5 non-human USSs. Anyway, I'm going to call an end to this one, and any addendum that I might have to make to the video I will do, and then any further progress on this will be done on the next live stream, all being well. So I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm nearly at 2,500 guys, so come on, help me get to 2.5 and get that milestone. That'll be great. Yeah, and hopefully I'll see you on Friday for the live stream. So see you then. Bye bye. Okay, so I said I'd be putting on an addendum, and here it is. So yeah, this is just me being stupid. Of course, the bulkheads are not going to work because it's for a different ship. So I've sold the ones I had, and I've put on new reactives. And of course, it's a different ship and it's a different value as well. The ones for the dropship are around 30 million. Something like that, and these are 74 million. So yeah, it's not like you can take a 1A reactive bulkhead off a dropship and put it on a sidewinder. So no more should you be able to take one off a dropship and put it on a gunship. And it was the dropship gunship similarity which kind of threw me. So yeah, that was just me being stupid, and I probably had people shouting and baying and dribbling and drooling and screaming and spitting and whatever at the screen, trying to tell me you can't do it. So I've got rid of the basic scanner and replaced it with a 2D hull reinforcement package, and I put the reactives back on. So these are going to have to get engineered, and we'll see if we can. We're probably not going to beat what we had before, 4,300. But we're probably going to get a little bit close to that. So, in order, I wonder if it's the same engineer to do the bulkheads as it is to do the hull reinforcement. So let's have a look here. If we look in optionals, we'll see I only need to do this one and this one, the two twos basically. So I'm going to have a look on my Inara website, not my Inara website, but the Inara website, at the blueprints, and we're going to be looking at hull reinforcement packages. So let me just take a look down here. Hull reinforcement, and I want heavy duty on there. Set to grade 5, which is Celine Jean. And also I think that counts with the bulkheads as well, right? I think it's the same thing. So if we, yeah, we'll nip. We have to go to Celine Jean regardless. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same thing. No, it's not armor. Armor, there we go. But it's the same engineer, is what I mean. And it happens to be the same micro materials that are required. I don't know why they're called micro materials as opposed to materials on Inara, but anyway, yeah, it seems to be the same. Maybe they're mixing it up with microtransactions. So we're going to go on heavy duty. These two, big deal, but at least every little helps, right? I'm going to get done for copyright there, and yeah, and this one, this is the big one. We're going to get done up. So let's take her out over to Celine's place. Where is she? I hope we're on 5 with her. Yeah, we are. Because some of them I'm only down to 3 on. 3, yeah. Rank 3. So she's in Cook. So if we just go into the system map. I've probably got this bookmarked. Prospector's Rest. I suppose they do. Oh, and what was my final jump range anyway? I never even looked. Oh, it's lower. Yeah, it's gone down. Yeah, so the dropship was 19.75, I believe, and this is now 18.05. So, and I'm going to be adding heavy duty onto this, which is going to make it even worse because adding heavy duty upgrade means increased mass once again. So 8 jumps to Cook, and I'll be back when I'm there, guys. Right, so I have arrived. Let me just go into the hangar because there's too much background noise here for me. Right, Celine Jean's place. We get everything done here, I think. I'm going to make a few changes to the layout as well of the ship. The field neutralizer I'm going to get rid of because one of the other guys in our wing is going to have one. So if we neutralize the field, it affects all the ships. We all get neutralized. So the field gets neutralized, but none of us get zapped, is what I'm saying. So only one of us needs to do it. So I can afford to get rid of the field neutralizer, replace it with a point defense, which will going to come in very handy. Now obviously, because I don't have a fuel scope on this ship, I've had to come here without one, which means making a one stop at a platform halfway here to fuel up. So I did that. I'm going to have to do the same thing on the way back, which is fair enough. So let's see. I think I've got about 10 rolls available to do what I want to do here. So let's see how good a roll we get. We need to do. I'm not too fussed about how good the rolls are on the 2 small hull reinforcements. It's mainly the armor that I want to get a really good roll on. So if we do this, I am really going overboard on the word "so" here, but I'm sorry about that. It's just a habit. I'm realizing I'm doing it after I do it. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. I'm going to keep it because I'm going to come back to it if I have any rolls left. See, my armor is my priority. Let's see what the second one gives us. So grade 5 hull reinforcement. Well, resistances are up, but the actual hull reinforcement is pretty crap. So not so great. Let's go to the armor then and see how quick we can get a good result on this, and then whatever's left I can maybe have another go each on the other hull reinforcements. Let's see what we get here. The mass is going to take quite a hit, as you can see, and these reactive armors are already heavy enough. Well, the hull boost is over and above the Call of Duty, so I obviously got a secondary effect. I'm not sure why this is so dark or why it needs to be dark. I don't get why they can't just show them in like this. Yeah, so these two went over, these two didn't. I think that's a pretty good roll, to be honest. Let's take a look. We can't tell from here, I don't believe. Yes, we can. Let's take a look at the armor. Oh, amazing. Look where we got to. 4238. I didn't think I was going to get that high. So 4,306 was on the gunship. I reckon I can get very, 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 very close to that. If let's take a look at these. I wonder how much room I've got here. Probably not too much. Where are you? There is room for improvement here, but there's no room for improvement on the kinetic unless I get a secondary. I'm just wondering whether I should... I'm not going to say waste a roll on this, but I've got a feeling it's not going to do it for me. It's just, this is a very small window compared to this one. I'm basically looking to see if there's any weak hull reinforcements on this that I can kind of exploit. Like these two weren't great. See, there's so much wiggle room there. Let's do this. I'd be interested to know how much better this makes the... Let's apply that because it's better anyway. Let's just see what difference that's made. 4298. So we've gone up about 30. So it is possible for me to beat. I really want to get into the 4-3s now. This is where it's going to really do it. Let's see. So I lose a little bit on the resistances, but massively gained on the reinforcements. I'm going to take that. And let's see what we got. There you go. It's gone over. And that's only with a 2D. 4,348. Not bad at all. And I know that I still have a little wiggle room here. But is it enough for me to warrant... Yeah, it is. Come on, let's do it. You know, for me to warrant throwing all these away. But yeah, it is. Oh, that's a pretty good reinforcement. And these are all just about where they were before. I wish I had all blues though. But I'm going to apply it. Because I want to keep it. And I just want to... see if I can go a bit better. I don't think that reinforcement's going to get better now. These may do it. But this one, I doubt it. I'm probably more tempted to improve one of the 4s. Let's see what we've got in terms of movement. Well, not much on the resistances there, but a fair bit on the reinforcement. So this is currently sitting at 492. Alright. Let's take a look at the other ones. Got the second one here. Yeah, already got that selected. This one's way better. 542, that's not going to get beaten. So, it's not that it can't, but I just don't think it will. And finally, we'll take a look at this one. Aha! Plenty of room for movement here. Let's do this. I must have run out on this one last time. Okay, so that's a 5% increase on reinforcements, but less on restriction. You know what? I'm not going to take that. Try it again. Give me more blues. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose out for that, but... okay, it paid off. I'm losing mass, but I took a chance and it paid off. So... 4374 and my resistances are 51.2, 37.7 and 49.1. So kinetic resistance is my best. My next best, closely followed, is explosive and thermal. That's probably a pretty good order when you're taking on the Thargoids. Kinetic and explosive being the better. Same with my shields. My thermal is the least. And my shield strength is not quite where it was before, which was 430. Let's just take a quick look at that. Yeah, these are the same. I'm going to get rid of this when I go back to Shinrata now, and I'm going to put on a point defense. That's going to be the only change I'm going to make. I'm quite happy with this. Yeah, I am. Okay. Let me just see, it's 4374.1. Right then, I think that's all ready. When I get back to Shinrata, my missiles should be waiting for me. Probably not yet, actually. Maybe in about 10-15 minutes or so. You do get a message up here. It pops up and says, you know, your stuff's arrived, DHL's been. So let's see how she performs. So it's essentially the same integrity on the hull, which is good. The shield's slightly down, but against the Thargoid, shields are not going to do you much use anyway. So even though I've got one less hull reinforcement package, no, two less, no, one less. It's also mixed up because it's also mixed up because I put smaller hull reinforcement packages in this one than that were in the dropship, and I've got a slot used up for the ship launch fighter, whereas if I had another hull reinforcement in there, I could probably, I don't know, could I go into the 5,000s with it? So considering it's beaten the dropship with one slot less plus a fighter hangar bay installed, I think, I'm surprised. I can't believe it did that, but there you go. I can't believe that the integrity, the hull integrity on this has matched, and it must be down to the reactive armor. It has to be, because the reactive armor costs twice as much on the gunship as it does on the dropship. So it must be making up the difference there. That's what it's got to be down to. So okay, that's the video. We're done, and I will catch you on the next one. And as I said before, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. And I'll catch you on the live stream on Friday, all being well. See you then. Bye-bye. By now you're probably thinking, is this video ever going to go away? And the answer is yes, it is. Right after this. This is the final build. The gunship has arrived here near the Pleiades, in and around the Pleiades sector. We're in a system called Electra, and there's been a couple of changes to the ship since, so I'm going to just run you through the final build. Well, I'm not going to say it is the final build, but it is a build. And let's take a look. First thing you might notice is it looks different. You might not notice it because it used to be chrome, but now it's chromed. This is a new livery that's been delivered into my my store today, which came free, probably as part of the Black Friday thing. It's very similar to just chrome, but it's actually just called, well, chromed. Let's see if I can take you around here. It doesn't look that chromy or, you know, anything, you know, wow in here, but maybe out there, I don't know. But I quite like it. It seems to be very tidy, very neat. And I'm not sure whether the white text suits this so much, but probably suits it better than the black. Okay, anyway, the more important stuff, of course, is the outfitting. So we're going to pop into here. And I'll try and go through this and explain what's going on here. So in the hard points then, we have the AX weaponry, the 2 multi-cannons, the 2 missile racks. These are turreted for extra extra damage. They do a lot more damage when I'm piloting the ship than the fixed ones. They're just more accurate and you don't waste as much ammo. The missile racks, however, we can just point and squirt those pretty much when we want to agitate the Thargoid. So we got those, and then I've got 3 pulse lasers, gimbaled, which are just to agitate the Thargoid's shields when he puts them up after losing a heart. Or at least that's the thought process going into that one. Apparently they're quite effective on those. So utilities then, Xeno scanner, 2 shield boosters, and I've just removed this, which was the field neutralizer, because I'm going to, because I'm going to add in something that the Anaconda brought with it, and that is a point defense. I've got 2 point defenses here, but I'm going to see if I can just make do with the one. As you can see, this sits on top of the ship. Actually, I don't think it matters where the Xeno scanner goes, but maybe the 2 shield boosters can sit on the bottom. So maybe I can swap this. Let me just transfer this. Yeah, it was supposed to be a final build, wasn't it? Okay, so we got the 2 shield boosters on the bottom, the Xeno scanner on the top. There it is in all of its glory. And the point defense on top. This is just for swarmy stuff. And at least I think it is. And in the core, we have the reactive surface on, modified with heavy duty grade 5. Power plant, modified thrusters. Frameshift drive, full power, life support giving me the full 25 minutes. A power distributor which is 1 level down from the end. I'm going to try carrying on with that and see if that that is okay. It's just because it came straight off the dropship, as you know, so there you go. The sensors and the standard fuel tank. Optionals then. Bi-weave, modified with reinforced, and fighter hangar with 2 AX 1Fs in there to deal with the to help deal with the Thargoid and the swarm, and the rest are hull reinforcement packages. Now down here we have a module reinforcement package which I put on because it's always handy to reinforce your modules, so I was persuaded to put that on. But I do have, and I have, the Anaconda brought with it the other hull reinforcement package, which is now in storage. So if I ever want to come here between battles, I can, between battles or during, I can come here and swap this out with a hull reinforcement package. That has brought my integrity down from 4,300 and whatever it was down to 3,870, but my modules get a bit of a boost as well, so we'll see how that goes. That's about it really. The livery, as you know, is the chromed. I'll show you the difference here. It's not very much. This is the new one that arrived, and if I can, I don't think I'll be able to flick over to the old one. I'll try and go around the outside and look at the difference between this and the old chrome one. It's not much, it's just brightness really. Watch. And I actually prefer this one. I think this one looks better. I like this chrome one, but this is the one that arrived. Oh, let me try this again. So there's the chrome. Yeah, I think we just saw that. And then there's the other one. So it's not much of a difference. Okay, that is the final build. How she performs, we are yet to find out. So I will see you then. This is definitely the end. Bye bye.